name is Jenny Ruiz, and I just completed the welding production program at the Ogden-Weber Tech College. I chose the Ogden-Weber Tech College for my education because I wanted a new experience. I had attended a 4-year traditional university, and it did not fit my learning style. The Ogden-Weber Tech College, it provides hands-on training, and it has affordable tuition, and also it's a competency-based program where I could just go at my own pace. When I started looking into the welding program, it sparked an interest because I saw it as a challenging, fun, and rewarding career. I knew that I would be faced with obstacles being a woman and interested in a heavily male-dominated field. But welding, it's a universal skill, and it is definitely high in demand, and it's an invaluable attribute to today's economy. What excites me about my program is the hands-on aspect and just being able to use your creativity in your work. I previously had always worked in clerical type of work, so I was always stuck at a desk or just staring at a computer. I had 2 welding instructors. It was Emily Johnson and Tyler Smith. I really bonded with Emily because she started where I was. She attended the ATC and took the same program, and then she went off to gain some welding experience at Jetway. She definitely motivated me, and she shared her perspective of being a woman in the field. So now that I have completed the welding production program, with that certificate, it has provided the necessary skills to be successful in the workforce. I am looking into a local company here in Ogden. I want to gain welding experience, but then I would like to return to the ATC and study non-destructive inspection and testing. And I think having that welding experience would be very beneficial to where I want to go and eventually become a quality inspector. I was born and raised here in northern Utah. I am the youngest of 3. My family is originally from Mexico. When my family migrated to the US, my father did labor work for the Union Pacific Railroad, and he was a successful engineer in Mexico. I know that was very hard for him, coming to a new country and having to start from the bottom. So he always encouraged my siblings and I to pursue higher education, to never settle, and always be ambitious. In my spare time, I enjoy the outdoors, just hiking around Utah. I love to go dancing out in Salt Lake on the weekends. I play soccer, and I love to travel. One of my favorite cities that I've had the pleasure to see was Chicago, and I'm excited to visit new places.
Emily is here with us. All right. I'm going to turn the time over to Emily Johnson for just a minute from our welding program, and she's going to talk a little bit about the program, and then we'll have a little question and answer session. Thanks, Emily.
Thank you. So welding production covers 3 basic processes of welding. It covers MIG or GMA, stick or SMA, and GTA or TIG welding. It covers stainless steel, mild steel, and aluminum. There are several jobs for welders out there, starting anywhere from about $14 an hour to about $22 an hour. One of the reasons I love welding is it's based on your skill. So it doesn't mean if you go to school for 2 years for it, you're any better than the person that went to school for 3 months and attained that skill. So in the workplace, it's just based on your skill set. So if you can go in there and take a weld test and pass it, you can get a job. The program itself will take on average about 8 months to finish. I've had people complete it in 3 months, people complete it in 3 years, so it really depends on you and the rate you're going. We try to treat everybody as an individual. Everybody has their own situation, their own ability to learn, their own way they learn, and it's really up to you how you navigate the program. It's not a lockstep program where you have to finish one class before you can do another class. It's a lot of weld time. I think that's all. We can open up for questions.
Awesome, thank you. We're welcome to put your questions in the chat. Those who participate will get put in a drawing at the end for some cool prizes, and we appreciate Barnes Aerospace for donating some cool water bottles. Let's see, it looks like no questions yet. So I'll have a question for Emily. What technology do the students utilize while they're in your program?
Technology, we do go over some programs, so computer a little bit. We do have a robot in our shop that you can learn how to program it, but you've kind of got to learn how to weld first. So technology goes a little bit into welding, but not extremely. The plasma cutting table is probably the closest where you're going to have to operate a machine. So sometimes the process can be semi-automatic where you're having to set a machine to do part of it for you.
Awesome, thank you. Any questions yet from anyone? Just put them in the chat. So what tips for success would you offer high school students seeking a career in your field?
Start early, why it's free, for sure. And not having to pay for that skill set is such a benefit. I've had several high school seniors start a job, talk to them 2 years later, and they have a brand new truck and a house. So the earlier you start, the better off you are. It doesn't mean that you can't start later. It just gives you an advantage because shops will hire you at 18. They're ready to start your work in. So if you're ready to go, you can make some money.
Awesome, thank you. We do have a question from Alexis. Is this more hands-on learning?
Yes, for sure. When they made us go online for COVID, I freaked out. I don't know how to teach welding online. That's something that I definitely prize the shop for being is hands-on, hands-on, hands-on. I prefer you weld every day in a booth instead of sitting in a classroom doing book work. That's how you learn how to weld.
Awesome, awesome, thank you. What kind of students excel in your program?
All sorts. All sorts. I mean, the program has people anywhere from 16 to 67 maybe is my oldest student right now. So they all excel on their own level, let's put it that way. So like the 67-year-old is kind of here for his own enjoyment, and he always wanted to learn how to weld. He's going to apply it to some old cars he's been working on. It's not like he's going to go get a job, but the program is benefiting him just for that desire for knowledge.
Wonderful, wonderful. It's never too late. Awesome. What kind of careers are available, and what kind of employers hire your students?
So there's a lot of industry in Ogden. There's aerospace. There's just basic manufacturing. So if you look around you on anything that's built, it's probably welded somewhere on it. And there is a lot of different stuff that's built here. I worked at JBT Aerotech where we built the steel walkways that put you on airplanes. So technically they're bridges because they're a bridge suspended from airport to airplane. Utility trailer manufacturers, they're refrigerated trailers in Clearfield. The aerospace is kind of hard to say what they make. We had one company, TCC Cast Parts, they were working on the jet engine for that 737S. And they did hire one of our welders, but she got laid off because that plant got reduced because that engine's no longer being made right now. It's a pause on it. But there is a lot of manufacturing that goes on in Ogden.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you. So what kind of high school classes would you recommend that maybe high school students take to help them?
And to help them with maybe some engineering classes that they should think a little bit about how things are made. And then the welding class has you put it together. I love the science that welding has. I didn't realize how much science it had before I started welding. But everything is engineered. The wire is engineered. The rod is engineered. So when you think about pathways that welding can offer, they definitely lead. It can lead to several different pathways. Science and really, our FMA guys, the farm guys, definitely it's a tool for them. They're going to use it on a farm. They're going to use it around agriculture. Those classes lead right into it. Chemistry definitely is a good class to take. Physics is a good class to take.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
That's all.
Does anybody else have any questions? Put them in the chat for Emily. And we appreciate her so much for her help today. And we encourage you all to look into our programs here at Ogden Weaver Tech. If there's no more questions, we'll end this session, and I appreciate you guys so much.
Thank you, Noel.
Oh, wait, here, let's see. Oh, we've got the website up there for your next session, otech.edu/MFG Day. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.